Hey, this video is about PayPal. Alright, I'm going to show you guys about withholds and talk to you guys about PayPal jail and what I've learned about PayPal, because I've been paying a lot of attention to it recently and really trying to figure out what goes on with it, because PayPal is my biggest liability right now because I rely very heavily on it and I don't really have another fallback if something happens with it. If something happens to PayPal, which is possible, like if PayPal just cuts my account or takes away my ability to sell, that's going to cause, it will cause a depression for a couple months, just like the breakup did. I'll figure something else out, I'll always be able to, but I'll definitely, that'll be a pretty big hurdle. But there's always stuff like that, you know, you gotta battle those demons. Okay, so let's look at this. I have $500 available and $2,000 withheld. What the hell? What's that? All right. This hold is something that PayPal does a lot. And I wish it was simple, guys, but there are so many different ways that PayPal will put holds on your money. It's not as simple as oh, once you're out of PayPal jail, you're never in there again. There's always it's 80% of you's out of PayPal jail, but a little part of you is still affected by it. Sometimes that percentage changes to 10%. Sometimes half of it, you know? So what's happened here is we can go to view detail and see that these $2,000 I don't have access to right now are very large payments, okay? So you can see that there's no $200 payments that are being held. My $200 payments used to be held. Sometimes they are now, but most of the time they're not. The ones that have been held are the really big payments. So this has a kind of negative effect on my available balance because I have this money here, $2,000 that I've been given for 4 different sales, right? So this $2,000 in order to get, let's see, right? We have $2,000. So let's just do some simple math and divide it by 1.4, which is our rate. $1,400 roughly. That's crazy. So we had to take about $1,400 to be given this $2,000, right? Interesting, huh? I think so. All right. What is PayPal? What is PayPal jail? That's a term people talk about, right? PayPal jail is something that happens when you first have a PayPal account. And you see how I don't have access to this money and it gets released 21 days after it's originally withheld. So I got this on June 6th, I got this on May 25th and it won't be available for 6 more days, but it's a $950 payment. So that's pretty crazy. Although for some reason, it's a $950 sale, but they only they don't withhold your fees. Well, that's nice. Thanks, PayPal. All right. But this is kind of PayPal's base mechanism, is this concept where you get a payment, but you don't have it. You don't have access to those funds for 21 days. You can get access to those funds sooner by uploading a tracking number. Then you'll get it 3 or 5 business days after the tracking number shows delivery in most scenarios, right? So I think in this scenario, I could actually, it's going to open something I can't show you. In that scenario, I could have actually gotten that money back sooner than that release date, but that's going to be okay. And typically what happens is you start with a PayPal account, and until you establish that you know what you're doing and you're getting regular sales, all of your money is going to be put on hold. All right? And this is going to happen. And when this happens, it's hard to dropship because you need some way to fund it. So you can do it with credit, and you don't actually need any money. You just need the ability to delay payments. So the nice thing about the holds is that they do only last 21 days. And most statements and stuff for credit cards are done every 30 days, right? So it's very feasible that if you can get yourself some credit, even if it's $400, not something big, that will be enough to get you started. You don't really actually have to have money, but not relying on the dropshipping business is going to be way better for you and your development, because if you rely on it, you're going to look too closely at it. And imagine a tomato plant, right? You're trying to grow tomatoes, and you just sprouted these tomato plants. They're like this big, and you're looking at it and you're like, where are my tomatoes? I want my tomatoes. Give me my tomatoes. Where are they? I need them right now. That's not how it works. Be patient and keep learning, and you'll grow and you'll get there, right? All right. Cool. Bye-bye.